Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to another live stream. It's Thursday night. We're going to play a little bit more Oxygen Not Included, although I guess for some of you it might actually be Friday already, given we're streaming around the world. It's already pretty late here where I am. Last week we started on this tube challenge, and we had, I think this was the second attempt at it. The first attempt did not go especially well. We ended up kind of having a whole bunch of duplicants die and stuff due to food and oxygen and all kinds of wonderfulness. But if you didn't see this last week, basically, we started with a colony that's in this little square in the middle. There are 3 little duplicants, and there are these total of 9 squares, each of which are connected only by transit tubes. So in order to move from cube to cube, we have to go through transit tubes, and we have to try to build a colony that survives within the space that's inside all these cubes. The different cubes have different resources. Like this one has water in it, this one has natural gas and oil. This one's got lots of like dirt, sand, and sandstone in it, and I'm using this one actually for our gardening area. There's a couple that seem to be empty. This one's got lots of metal. This one has lots of algae and slime and stuff in it. But basically, we try to create a self-sustaining little environment that our duplicants can live in and see how long they can last. We're at cycle 19 so far. Stress is a little bit on the high side at 55%. We have Monica's gotten a little bit sick from playing over here in the slimy, germy kind of area. Either that, or she might actually have a touch of the food poisoning. Because we did have some issues with some sewage spillage, which is never something that you want to have in any home, let alone one where it's stuck inside little cubes where things can't get out. So we'll see how it goes. But welcome everybody who's here in the chat and those who might be watching the stream after the fact as a video on the channel. A bunch of you, of course, were always here early, so fantastic. I appreciate that, and I'm glad you guys get a chance to chat a bit. We'll have to see how this goes. I won, remember? I won? I won! That's right, I won the first one. It's exactly what happened. Thanks, Elite Star. We'll take the win on that first loss. I mean, win. That's what it was. So I don't remember exactly where we left off on this, but we did have our bathroom facility set up in the core area. I started pumping water up here so we'd have easy access to the water without them constantly having to travel down into this lower area. What I'm going to do is set the threshold on all of these chargers to 0 for the battery charge, that for anything that's not in the core area, so that our duplicants won't decide to go on a wonderful little trip all on their own just to try to charge these things up for no real purpose. So we'll take care of all those. That should hopefully stop them from making unnecessary trips through the tube, because what was happening before that someone rightly pointed out was the duplicants would run, they'd go through the tube and they would get into it. No, Monica, not enough power. I wonder if Monica will actually make use of this tube by charging them up if I tell her to go in here. Oh wait, she won't. Huh. Maybe I should set the threshold to something, even if it's super low, because it'll charge up the gate first and then the battery. That way they don't get to the point where they just won't get on the treadmill at all. Because I'm not sure what's going to happen there. I don't know if Monica would just let herself suffocate to death, or if she would realize she needs to leave the area and get on the treadmill. But this should help a little bit. The battery will still charge up like super fast. This is like 3%. But yeah, we completed attempt 1. It ended in a successful creation of a morgue. That's what we were striving for, as always. Sorry, I need a hot drink. I've been talking a lot today. I streamed like for 7 hours earlier today playing Fortnite. So see how long my throat lasts doing stream tonight. Okay, so we do have a bit of an issue. We have all these nasty bottles of polluted water here that are creating a bit of a funk in our base. Polluted oxygen is not crazy bad. We have a couple of our algae terrariums trying to take care of the CO2, although they're probably going to have a little bit of trouble keeping up with it, because the 3 duplicates can probably produce more CO2 than just 2 of these algae terrariums can handle. At some point, we might need to look at something to do with a carbon scrubber, but with such a limited amount of space in here, that's going to be a challenge also. We might consider pumping the gases out. Each of these tubes that connect the different sections have a gas pipe and a liquid pipe laying behind them. So we do have the ability to move gas and liquid, but we don't have power lines behind them, so we can't shift power from one place to another. And things are already getting warm. I think one of my primary concerns in this game is going to be temperature. I think we might actually, if it doesn't get to the point where we run out of oxygen or we run out of food, I think it's actually going to be heat death that gets us. The tubes do need a lot of power. They consume crazy amounts of it. If you look at the gate, they hold 40 kilojoules of power. And if you look at the power generation we get off of one of these little manual generators, we're producing 400 watts. So it's like per second, but it's crazy how much power they consume. It's huge. So we might even get, at some point down here, we could theoretically try to make use of this gas by sending the gas somewhere to make a power plant, but the reality is, because we can't send power lines from one cube to another, even if we made a cube that was specifically set up for power generation, all the power would be trapped there. We couldn't really do anything with it. So we're going to have to try to keep it to basically treadmills for the most part. Fox, keep up the good videos. Some are really useful, like the water pressure tests and heat management. Well, thanks, Keegan. Appreciate that. Glad you got some use out of them. Do the tubes use... Oh, I already read that. When am I playing Fortnite again? Probably tomorrow night. I may be out of town. If I'm out of town, then I obviously won't be. But if I'm in town, then probably tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to do another Fortnite stream. Today I was just playing duos with Kazi and a little bit of solo play. And then tomorrow we'll probably... I don't have any mealwood seeds. Tomorrow we'll probably open it up to squads. Okay, this threshold is set fine, but... we're kind of hovering just below that. How's our decor looking in here? Not the best, but it's also not the worst. All right. Okay, I kind of feel like I want to get rid of polluted water. And I think this might be the place to do it. This cube is empty. If I can make a connection here with some of the plastics that I had, because you start off with some plastics, then we might actually be able to. And there's not much slime lung in here either. Then we might be able to make all of our nastiness go away. The trouble is, it's going to consume a fair amount of power going back and forth, but we'll see what happens. So let's work on some tubes. Where are the tubes? Transit tube. All right, so if we take a transit tube, pause this. Food shortage, 3,800 kilocalories. So if we go this route, we're going to need to obviously dig this out, otherwise our duplicants won't be able to reach this to even build it. Get all this. And I think I'll make all this priority 6 over here so they kind of get around to doing it. Food's at 76%, 80%. So even though we're at 3,800 kilocalories, I think we'll be okay that way. Thanks, Zekmohan. Hopefully it'll go well today. Hydrogen power the water biome, so you don't have the treadmill, and you get O2 as a bonus you can pump up. Yeah, I mean, that's an option. So the biggest challenge I find with trying to create hydrogen power is that you, I mean, the space is really full because it's got a geyser at the bottom of it. We might be better actually to pump the water to another cube somewhere and then generate hydrogen power elsewhere. But again, the trouble is... I don't know. I think temperature's going to be a real problem. And usually you can't generate enough hydrogen power in order to make it self-sustaining, so I'm curious to see how that'll go, but... You're saying VG actually made a stream? VG who? I noticed that the dupe jumping on the storage container and walked on it. Oh, really? I didn't even notice that. That's a little strange. I've never seen them do that before. How's our... Let's take a look at our jobs here. How's our art? Our art is terrible. Monica's got an art skill of 1. Even after painting all those paintings. I need her to paint more. Let's take away Monica's other jobs, maybe. We'll get her focused on art for a little bit. Because we need to get our stress level down. That will help things a little bit. We'll take everything away but art. So she'll focus on that when she gets up in the morning. We'll see if we can get some more paintings out of her, and that will hopefully build up her art skill, which will help overall with our stress, which, you know, will make things a little bit nicer for the duplicants. Let's see what happens. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5 tiles high. They may not even be able to reach that to build the pipe. We shall see. Oh, they are kind of... Oh, you know what it is? Is they're stepping on the top of the ladder and then jumping down sideways instead of climbing down and getting off. They're not actually running on top of the storage. They're just sort of taking a little bit of a weird route to get down there. We got a lot of stinkiness going on down here too. I could use like a deodorizer in here. There was a bottle of polluted water there and it disappeared. That's weird. Okay, let's put a deodorizer in. How much do I even have much polluted oxygen in here? This looks like it's creating tons, but I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it for now. I want to start converting that polluted oxygen so that our duplicants aren't running around all that stinky air. Don't starve together made a good game better, but I don't see a way for this to go multiplayer easily. Yeah, I don't know that I do either. 4 oxidizers and 1 Jenny, and it pumps water down. Nice for you. What? Oh, you know what? This one here, I need to set the charge a little bit higher. Set it to 50%, because if somebody's running on the treadmill, then we're not sending water up here to aid with our food creation and stuff in this little cube. Do I need plastic for tubes? You do, and you start off with some plastic, actually. They give you a little bit in here. So if we look at plastics, I have 800 kilograms of it. Each one of these transit tubes takes 50 kilograms. So we have enough to make a certain number of segments of it. Hey, CrypticFox, been watching your videos for a while now and love your content. Keep it up, man. Thanks, Chitin. I appreciate that. Really want to watch this video. We got school tomorrow. I'll watch it until my phone dies. Oh, thanks, Jackson. I want them to harvest more seeds here so I can make some more garden space here too, but I guess first things first, if I can get rid of some of the polluted water in here and create a little nastiness down in this cube, that'll help a bit, I think. In here, I'm going to extend the floor out a little bit. And in our plumbing, we'll set up a bottle emptier on the edge that can dump out the polluted water. And then for oxygen, we'll set up a deodorizer just so that it can clean things up. Because there's actually there's a good amount of clean oxygen in this space, which kind of stinks. I'm going to make it all nasty smelling. Well, what are you going to do? We're going to need a little ladder here so these guys can get up high enough to reach stuff. Give them a little T-shaped ladder. That should give them enough to reach. Can you play Fortnite? I did for 7 hours today, so probably not tonight. I might stream it tomorrow night, though. Is what really considered controversial. Depending on how you decide to pump gas and stuff, you might have to bite the bullet and have at least one polluted oxygen cube to breathe. And focus on sanitation in it. Yeah, I think I'm kind of going to have to. I've got to put it somewhere. I mean, it's kind of stinks that there's a lot of clean oxygen in here, but I've got to get rid of it somehow. Otherwise, these bottles will just keep piling up. I don't know if they'll just keep dumping in the same place and we'll just get more and more stacked in the same area, in which case it actually might produce enough, because it'll produce polluted oxygen. I might even be able to just like deodorize the air and just run off polluted oxygen, but for now I'm just going to send it down here. I'll get rid of it. Priorities. Oh, this... Not this treadmill. Run, my little dudes. We're like right at 50%. Somebody should be using the massage table, but they're not yet. Let me put that on max priority. We should probably set really max priority on cleaning out these toilets too, just so that they don't ever back up on me. With only 4 duplicants, things are going to be a little bit on the hairy side. But until I get more food and a good source of oxygen production, I mean, we've got a little bit that comes out of here when we get around to delivering the algae, but not tons of it. That's a good question. I have no idea why she's not doing art. Awaiting material delivery, sandstone. All right, so I think... Where's our sandstone stored? Raw minerals. We have 960 kilograms of sandstone there, but she's not delivering it in order to do her own painting. Maybe because she needs a delivery job. Maybe she won't drop off the sandstone unless she's got delivery. Nope, she's delivering plastic now. She's choosing to do plastic delivery instead of painting pictures. This confuses me. Maybe it's a priority thing. I should put these on 7. And make sure that nobody else has art set up. I don't think they do. Yeah, there we go. Now let's see what happens. She's still not doing it. She's just going to hang out here and say she's hungry. Monica, what are you doing? Go paint the pictures. Wait a minute. Carol Ann is doing the art now. Even though she's not set for art as a job. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so somebody else has to build the picture frames. Because I took build jobs away from... I took the build jobs away from Monica. Until they build the picture frames, she won't actually paint them. I get it. That's what the problem was. Okay. They got to build the canvas first. Yeah. Yeah, trying not to spam the chat with like tons of little emoji pictures. It just gets to be kind of a nuisance. Said Monica deliver and build. Well, then she'll go over every other place and do delivery and build too. Why isn't that connected? There we go. Okay, we have that one connected, so that means that down here, this... I'll put this battery down at like a threshold of 2% or something. 3%, doesn't matter. So now they can go all the way down to this cube at the bottom, and we'll have that opened up to us. I'm not going to take another duplicant just yet. It'd be nice to have more in here so they could do a little bit more stuff for me, but I don't really want to challenge my resources. We're already light on food and things. In fact, we have 0 kilocalories of food, and nobody's going to get any. What's wrong with you people? Look at the food. The plants are dying. Go get the plants. Somebody... Oh, they're going to bed. That's great. Somebody's got... All right. Hamburger Place, please stop with the emoji spam. I started calling you a few days ago. My challenge was to not have ladders for upward movement. It's really interesting, actually. I can see that, because you'd have to build stairs everywhere. It would make you have to, like, really think about how you design your whole place, because you'd have to constantly have space for stairs. Alright, good. They're getting the food over there. That's nice. This stuff is not getting built now, because, again, priority stuff. Let's get on top of that. We have all kinds of polluted oxygen down here. I should probably... set something to clean up, so we'll throw a little deodorizer down here, and that will help keep our air clean over here. I mean, we have oxalate over here, which is nice, but it's a good layer of polluted oxygen down here. It'd be good to clean up. And we have slime exposed here, so we might have some more of it coming. You're in the Fortnite stream? Well, welcome to the second stream today. That was a long stream today. That's the longest one I've ever done. I think the longest one before that was like maybe 3.5 hours. How do you build this base? Well, the map was something that Clay uploaded, so you could just on their forums, so you could just download it. But actually building it and surviving it is a little bit different. Have a good night, Nicholas Stearns. Thanks for coming out. Oop, there somebody went down bottom, and now Monica's standing around. Why is Monica even down there? She doesn't have any jobs that should send her down there, but there she is. Let's get rid of the delivery jobs for her. She painted 2 pictures. Prioritize 7. Paint those pictures now. There we go. They're all headed down there. They're just headed down there for a breather. They're like, well, this room down here is full of tons of clean oxygen. We're going to go there and have a little breather. Oh, maybe because up here it's really stinky. Oh my gosh. So many jobs that are going to have to be set at high priority because I have so few people to do it. Yeah, they actually went down there for the air, I think, because the air quality in here is not looking so fantastic. I need someone to deliver some algae. We have some algae, I think. Brain, no, works. Agriculture? No. Organic, there we go. We have 13 tons of algae. I mean, they need to deliver it, and then they need to run on this treadmill. Let me check my power grid. This treadmill is connected to this, so we definitely need... I think I'm gonna have to bring in another duplicant, even though I'm kind of precarious in terms of like the amount of food and stuff we have. They're too busy doing other jobs. They can't get to the ones that I need them to do to keep the colony alive so much. Like this thing's still waiting for algae, so she finished the paintings. Let's go ahead and we'll give Monica her jobs back. We got her creativity up to 2. Good job, Monica. Yeah, just do it all. Yeah, just do everything. That's fine. Just making food. We need you know what? This is gonna be high priority, max priority delivery on this thing. Monica traveling the world, filling her soul so she can make inspired arts. That's right. There's not a whole lot of world for her to travel and get inspired in, though. Sadly, she can't leave. She can't power it. No, she can run. No, I guess she did do it. She got out of there. Other duplicants went down there anyway, so it's probably fine. Okay, let's set this up for polluted water. And they're off to bed again. Dun, dun, dun. Is there a way to use algae to generate energy? No. But even still, you probably wouldn't want to because you need to generate oxygen. If they develop multiplayer in this game, it'd be amazing to play it or rank games. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know that this is going to end up being a multiplayer game. It's just, it's not the same as a game like Don't Starve where you can run around a given world and do stuff. Like, I don't know how you would do that. It'd be pretty crazy. I hate not having consistent power without running on treadmills, though. Yeah, there's not much more to show there. They're all gonna die. Poor little duplicants. I mean, every game in this game is pretty much doomed to death. I mean, theoretically, you could run a like super long one, like 1,000 cycles, 2,000 cycles, whatever, if you really want to play that long. But, oh, look, they did dump some. Yeah. Stinking up the clean air since 2018. We have one more mealwood seed, so we can do a little bit more digging over here. At least they got the, never mind, the algae thing's not working. Oh, there it goes. It's working. They're getting air. We have oxygen, sort of. It's burning through the algae really quick. Where's the contents here? Yeah, it uses a ton of algae. Yeah, they're gonna be constantly delivering it just because there's just so much algae there. Get them build my little deodorant. Have I played Rainbow Six Siege? No, I actually haven't. I don't really play a lot of shooter games. Have a good night, Jackson Beast. Fortnite's pretty much the only shooting game that I play. Most of the time, I'm more attracted to games like this, where it's more like a creative kind of colony management, resource management kind of thing, simulation games, that kind of stuff. Real-time strategy I enjoy, although I definitely need more practice at it because I haven't played them much in a while. F is for friend. Do that stuff together. U is for you and me. N is for skid. All right, Hamburg. You got some interesting stuff going on there. You sort of have, you can't sort of have oxygen. It's not included. Well, it's not included, but we can make our own, I guess. There's that. Is algae renewable? No. You can only find it in the world. So there's a bunch of algae here. We have a pretty decent chunk of it to start off with, like 12.7 tons, but they're going through it relatively quickly. What am I going to do with this cube up here, I wonder? If we go down here, we could probably make some plastics here to make more tubes. Let's see. What do we get when we make the plastics? Refinement, polymer press. So this is going to produce plastic, steam, carbon dioxide, heat, of course. What are the inputs and outputs on this thing? Does it send the carbon dioxide through a pipe, or does it just send it? So liquid intake pipe and a gas output pipe. So the CO2 is going to go out through a pipe. And I have nowhere to send it. I guess I could send it out, like, up here, maybe. And then scrub it up there, possibly. I'm not sure. It's going to be, like, really hot, though, because I'm going to have that polymer press. Maybe transfer some oxygen from one of the oxygen cubes to the main cube. Yeah, I mean, we can do that for a short bit, but it'll run out relatively quickly. So if we go in here, we can do a pump in here. So if we do ventilation... gas pump. I've also got some polluted oxygen going on here now, so I gotta be a little bit conscious of that too. Get into our ventilation, we'll grab some gas piping. Connect it here. Connect this stuff to there. And then this one can go up here, and we'll put a little vent in. And this is obviously going to need some power, so we'll send off of this, like so. And I should probably do a little flooring in here, too. There we go. So it's kind of our stinky, polluted oxygen area, but with the clean oxygen sitting on top of it, it's keeping the polluted O2 down, I think. That's just CO2 sitting down there. Seems like there's almost like there's a high enough pressure there that it's not even letting the polluted oxygen build up. See what happens. There are no animals. Nothing's really able to regenerate except the water, so hydrogen generators for all cubes. Yeah, see, not even that. I mean, we can use manual generators, so we never have to worry about not having the ability to produce some kind of power. It's really about whether we can produce oxygen or not. We kind of need to be able to send the water from one cube to another one that we can use as like a hydrogen-oxygen generation system, and then pump the oxygen back down. That would probably work. How am I doing for plastics? 800 kilograms that we still have left. So if I build a ladder up through here, and dig all this out, and then we can build more plastic tubing in here. And then I'll need to send... There's already water coming up through this pump, so we can actually just branch the water off and send it the rest of the way in here, and then we can send gases back down. And I'll need to destroy the hydrogen that gets created in this same room to help produce some power. It's going to be messy. Messy, messy, messy. So my thought is, couldn't you cheat and make supply lines around the outside of the box? Yeah, you could, but that sort of defeats the purpose of doing the challenge, right? If you're going to cheat, then you might as well just play a normal game. I've seen people that they broke out of these spaces. They smashed these openings and then like, did ladders out and built bases outside the cubes. And then they survived fine, but to me, that really kind of defeats the purpose of doing it. It's like, why bother? Alright, I want another duplicant. We're up to 21,000 kilocalories. If I bring in another one, how are we going to do oxygen-wise, though? Actually, it's going pretty well right now. Let's choose a duplicate. Who wants to join our doomed little colony? What is going on? This is a special challenge map that Clay uploaded to the forums, and basically we're trying to build a colony inside these 9 little neutronium cubes with limited resources and whatnot. But is this a mod? It's not really a mod. It's more just a map. Just a map that like a save game that you save down, and then you can play it. And the challenge is to try to build a surviving colony inside these 9 little cubes. With limited resources. Alright, Vamp say you can be our next duplicant. Let's see. This one's a pacifist, so that's not a problem at all. Non-constructive or anemic. Let's go with the pacifist, I guess. Vamp say. Make sure I spelled that right. I gotta scroll back. Vamp say 6. Not sure what happened to the other 5, but welcome to the colony. Okay, so now we have, we only have 4 beds, and I just made you sleep on the floor. Congratulations. You get the coveted floor bed. Let's, probably should give you a cot. Ooh, I don't even think I can make a room out of this space now. Alright, you're not going to get the nice stamina regeneration buff or whatever, but at the very least, we can give you some reasonably nice living quarters. How feasible would it be to create a natural gas generator, polluted water, fertilizer, and make loop for power? Well, we have natural gas down here. I don't know that it creates enough polluted water to create enough natural gas and then feed the cycle. It'd be like a perpetual energy machine, and I don't think that works. There is oil here. We can 870 kilograms of it. You can heat crude oil to produce natural gas. So, I mean, that's an option too, or we could use the crude oil for actually making things like plastics and stuff, or generating power. But again, we can't pass power from cube to cube, so that kind of defeats the purpose of doing that. It's okay, you don't sleep well anyway. Just sleep right there on the floor. I don't know. I mean, it looked like you had a good night's sleep, but I mean, the floor is probably not super comfortable. Alright, these guys don't really do anything other than the stuff I told them to, I guess. Let's put this down to a 5 for now. Oh, they did finally dig this out, so that's good. We can do some more planters in here. Let's go into food. Do 2 more planter boxes, maybe? Yeah, 2 more, because we have enough for more seeds. That'll give us another supply of food, which is good. Evening, James. Sorry for being late to the stream. Oh, don't worry about it, man. Welcome, welcome. Center cube changes toilets. Move polluted water to bottom left. Top cube, you need to do hydrogen electrolyzer. Pump O2 down to hydrogen. So that's already the way we're going. So I was already setting that up to do some hydrogen, some electrolyzer production up here to produce oxygen. I don't really want to put the toilet somewhere else because they keep having to use them. And I hate the idea of them having to rush off somewhere else all the time. Kazi should get their own cube. Oh my goodness. I don't think he even has a dupe in here. No Kazi yet. Too much work creating a whole separate cube for him in this one. This one, our space is really constrained, so I don't want to do anything too crazy. Yeah, there's no shared power. There's no power lines that go between the cubes. That's what makes it really hard. Petroleum makes natural gas when it's made into plastic. Yeah, so if you look at under... No, it creates CO2. So if you look at refinement under the polymer press, you end up getting plastic, steam, carbon dioxide, and heat. And it uses petroleum to... So you actually have to convert the oil into petroleum before you can actually use it. So in order to make the petroleum, we need the oil refinery, which produces petroleum and natural gas. And lots of heat. Just give him the swamp cube, he'll be fine. Here, Kazi, go sleep in this mucky water. Everything will be good, don't you worry. You know what? I'm not even gonna pump the oxygen out of here, I don't think. Let's just cancel that for now. We'll cancel this too. I still want them to do this piping because I want to do the stuff up there, but we're gonna need a liquid pipe to go through there instead. So if we branch off from here, and we've raised priority on this to I don't know, 6 or so. It's gonna be a lot of juggling around with priorities and stuff because there's just so few duplicants to work with. I'm sure Kazi would rather what? Here, Kazi, sleep in the muddy puddle. It's a very comfortable muddy puddle. You're very welcome. Speaking of Kazi Cube, all future Kazi bedrooms should be accessible only by riding a fire pole to the bottom of the map and then a tube ride to the top of the map room. That would take a lot of plastics to make that much tube. The fire pole's not a big deal. Oh, our stress is coming down nicely. We're down at like 21%, so that's good. Monica's fancy artwork seems to have helped a little bit with the decor in here. Still ugly as sin down at the bottom, but what are you going to do? Alright, prioritize all this at a 6. Give me all this junk. I'm getting a nice little pool of polluted water down here. Super smart, SMRT. In the center cube, couldn't you break the bottom set of tubes and place ladders in their place and you may be able to get out of the cubes? Yeah, you can definitely get out of the cubes. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. You can do it for sure. However, I just don't want to. So the whole point of the challenge, I think, is to try to stay within the cubes and not break out of them. You can put something pretty over the composter. Yeah, that's true. We could put a picture over there. I don't know if it's going to accomplish a lot. There's a lot of negative decor effect down here. It's going to be ugly. You want our cat to join you in watching, but he's hiding. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to have to start doing a count for the cat subscribers we have. I think what James was saying, his cat was watching the stream with him, too. Might have been the other night. You could raise the ceiling on the toilet room and put right there. Well, I can't really raise it too much. I mean, I could put it up maybe like another tile and have room for like another picture right here, but I just don't know that it's worth it. A CrypticFox refusing to think outside the box. That is absolutely correct. Today we're thinking completely inside the box. They're not building any of it. They're not building the piping, the vent, or anything. These are a lower priority, though. I have those at a 5. But I decided not to build the pump down here for now. I'm going to focus on generating oxygen up in this room and pump that oxygen down into this space. Now, we are going to have a heat problem up here. Same as we do in every one of these rooms. Like, this is warm in here. We're going to have to actually cool it before we can send it down. That's going to be a problem. Can't believe with the tubes are airtight, right? Like, you could use them in lieu of airlocks. Well, yeah, pretty much you can, yeah. No gases will flow through them. It takes a ton of power, though. So I don't know that it's worth it unless you have a lot of excess power. Cat Serenity loves to watch. She chases the mouse around. Oh, yeah. Come on, my duplicant dudes. This guy's pumping water like crazy. Hey, Angel of Darkness. Welcome to the stream. Put Kazi's bed in the bathroom. There's no Kazi in this colony right now. If we bring one in, though, it sounds like he's going to take a whole lot of abuse again. Poor guy. Just can't catch a break. Poor sleepy little duplicants. Okay, so for this room up here, I'm probably going to want to try and shape it a little bit, get like a bit of a bell chamber shape out of it, because the big cube is going to make it harder to manage the hydrogen that comes out of it. Effectiveness-wise, you can replace the up-down tube with ladders and airlocks and save a lot of power. Yeah, you could, but again, I think the whole point is to have the tubes connecting the different cubes. I could break them out and just push ladders across, but that defeats the purpose of the challenge, I think. Oh, there's Casual Kazi. Yeah, they are mean, aren't they? It's nasty. They're just determined to make you suffer. I would never do such a thing, of course, but they're determined to do it. I need a storage container that's underwater. Like right down here. Let's build a ladder here. Cancel that. We'll do a storage container right here. So the reason I'm putting a storage container underwater is I want to collect all the slime that's sitting here. Instead of leaving it around, I can stick it in a storage container underwater and it'll stop producing all this nastiness. Although, actually, maybe, you know what? Forget it. I might as well just leverage the deodorizer and use the polluted oxygen to make more air. Just put the storage container in this corner so any of the polluted oxygen has to go past my deodorizer, and that should be okay. To be fair, I said put that in your water room, you can get all the water you want. It's not torture. There's Kazi bathing in the drinking water. Poor the other duplicants are eating all his nastiness. That'd be brutal. By the way, you can deconstruct the tubes and move them to make space in the middle box. Yeah, I could do that, actually. I haven't really bothered taking them apart. I don't know how many other places I broke this one apart. There was a tube right there. The trouble is there's only one transit tube access, so if I still want them to be able to go into the different areas, I don't really have a lot of space to move them around right now. I took out what I could, basically. Now there's one for each direction, essentially. Man, my back's killing me tonight. I think Kazi beat me up or something. Probably for sticking him in a nasty room in my game. Just drop polluted water on top of down middle cube? I don't understand what you mean. You mean like dumping it down here? That would require breaking out of this. Again, taking stuff out of the cubes. That's not. I'm going to stay within them for the challenge. 7 hours of Fortnite, maybe? Yeah, that might have done it. His back's just throbbing. Okay, this is almost finished. And then we can get up here, and we'll have to think about how I'm going to space this out. Everybody wants to make an isolated Kazi cube. He's like the torture recipient of the channel. You guys are evil. You're all evil. We're down to 300 kilograms of plastic too. I gotta watch that. How was the Fortnite stream? It was fun. The time actually flew by. I ended up streaming for like 7 hours. It was fun, but yeah, it was the kind of thing where I was distracted enough playing the game I didn't really notice the time going by until it was like much later in the day. Too long sitting though. Just break myself in half. All right, we got one little section of tube, unreachable build. Probably because that hasn't been dug out. And then our priority 6, and then we'll be able to get up there. This is all filled up with water, so they can't pump any more through, so they're not going to worry about running on the treadmill, even though I have a higher priority, so that's good. Yeah, nice. Put them in the natural gas cube and destroy the cube. Destroy the tube. Aw, that's not fair. Next YouTube upgrade, comfy chair. Yeah, I mean, my chair's not bad. I have one of those DX Racer gaming chairs. It's not bad. It's just I herniated a disc in my back. I don't know, maybe 2 years ago now, 3 years ago, I guess, 2.5, something like that. And it's pretty much messed me up. Now I re-aggravated all the time. It just kills me. A still unbuilt vent in the middle cube is making you twitch. Ah, I'm gonna leave it there then. How about the unbuilt pictures? Those two. It's gonna make it twitch because they're just not finished. I mean, the vent's not connected to anything right now. Even if I build it, it's not gonna do anything. I was gonna connect it to a pump down here and pump oxygen out, but then I decided, we'll just go straight and do the oxygen room. Natural gas doesn't stink unless you add more captain to it. Yeah, you can't. You also can't breathe it though. There's that whole minor requiring the whole breathing thing to stay alive. Just a minor inconvenience. Why is this guy running on this treadmill so much? Zombie guy. You only have to charge the battery to 3.5%. This thing is fully charged. I mean, come on. Go build this stuff instead. I think he changed his mind because he had to use the bathroom. He got all the way over there, and now they're still going on the treadmill. I can't figure out the whole treadmill threshold thing because this battery's not really draining. Oh, it is. It's getting tapped out constantly in order to charge up this thing. So until this is fully charged, they'll keep running. The battery's way over 3%. Why are they still going? Huh. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Been getting the hang of this game, and man, I'm hooked. Yeah, it's a pretty addictive game. I've put a lot of hours into it. I'm not sure how many it is now. It's a couple hundred hours for sure. Hey, Cryptic, why not destroy the battery at the bottom left box so they don't keep trying to charge it? Well, I'm curious to see whether they'll run on the tread. If I destroy the battery, if they'll run on the treadmill to charge it up, or will they just think that it's not capable of running? Like, do they put that logic together to say, like, I need to generate power to charge this up so that then I can go? If there's no battery there? I don't know. Yeah, I know. I want to plant the mule with it's in here. They finally built the planters at least. Copy settings. We'll plant those. This looks like it's all connected here now, so that's good. So up in this space here, we need more... What do I have best in terms of raw materials? No, we have more sandstone than anything, but even that's not a ton. Copper ore, I have 16.9 tons of it. So I'm going to use copper ore, and we'll make stuff like so. And then in our oxygen generation, we'll get a couple of electrolyzers going in here. We're going to need a ladder, and we'll use one gas pump down below here, I guess, to move the gas. Ventilation, gas pump. Now the trouble is going to be, I'm really curious to see whether we can actually successfully generate enough power to keep this loop going. And because I'm also going to have to do something to try to refrigerate it, I think. All right, let's see what happens. All right, so this gas pump we're going to connect from here into our little... Oops. Oh, let's just go like super derpy. Why not? Connect that into there. We're going to need to connect our water piping. So we sent the water up to here, and then we need to continue this line all the way up this way. This line can then go over to the ladder, and we'll just branch it into these. So those will both run. We're going to need a ladder to get up top. And just like that, I ran out of raw mineral. Need more sandstone. I have all this sandstone underneath my planters. Of course I do. I can't even build... I can build plastic ladders. That's terrible. What do we have over here? We have a little bit of sandstone here. Just a little bit. And up here we have sandstone. Okay, I'm going to need to activate this again. Enable building. Start digging this out, folks. Start getting some raw materials we can work with. Because we're going to need them. Cool it with dripped water. Well, we can't cool the gases with dripped water. But what I'm thinking is if we can put the gases through the thermoregulator and then cool that with dripped water. But then I have to do something with the dripped water after I drip it. I can't just let it collect there forever. But I want to be able to keep the temperature manageable in this space, and I think cooling it and using drip water is the only thing I'm going to be able to do that with. I don't know. We'll see. You could always use a chiller to pump the O2 to the base. A chiller. Yeah, we have to have something to get into it. So if for the thermal regulator, you have to pump the gas into it. So my intention is like to pump it into the thermal regulator to cool it, to send it to that central cube, so we can try to manage our temperature in that central cube. But then I need a way to cool the thermal regulator. We can do that by dripping water on it, but then we'll have water hanging around that we'll have to try to pump up and put it back into the system so that we can keep it in a circular loop maybe. Which might take too much power. So that's really all the kinds of the thing. They're trapped up here. Dudes, what are you doing to me? At least they have oxygen up here. I don't have to worry about that. As long as I don't pee all over the floor. There we go. Now they're moving. All right, so let's think about this. So I don't want the regulator to sit right in the water, so we're gonna have to put it up a little bit. It can't be right on the bottom level. In our utilities here, if we grab our thermal regulator, no, if I put it there, I can't drip on it. Messy, messy, messy. Well, you know what? I'll do like a mesh tile here. That'll work. Okay, and then we'll do utilities here. Put our thermal regulator. And we'll connect our ventilation through here instead. No. Then I can cancel the build right in there. Okay, so that'll give us access to cooling things down. All this is going to need to be on a power grid. Gosh, this might take too much power. But enjoyed all the streaming today. Time to go catch you on the flip. Have a good day, Andrew. Thanks for coming out. Okay, just a question. What question would that be? Let's see how long the dupes survive in that cube. I don't know. I think the biggest issue is they're going to pee on the floor. I mean, they're okay. They have oxalate in here, so it's just about food and bathroom facilities, really. And they still haven't built the bed. Ma'am Say has just been sleeping on the floor because no one's building a bed for them. But our stress isn't too high, so I guess it's not really a big issue. Water reservoir with the electrolyzer to keep the stuff cool. Made a mess. Who made a mess? Aw, zombie guy. Fell asleep on the floor and didn't manage to put enough power inside of our fancy little digging chamber. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. It's not my fault. You're the one that peed on the floor. Clean up your own mess. My gosh. I should probably set this at a higher priority so they actually get rid of all the polluted junk. All right, so these are going to produce hydrogen and oxygen. How am I going to handle the hydrogen in this space, though? We need a ladder. I'd like to make a bell chamber shape in here, but that's going to take so much building. I don't even know if it's going to be worth it. Let's just try for now. We'll run a ladder up here. I'm going to plan to put a gas pump in here. I'll leave one cube at the top open for the gases to get in there. So we'll go like so. We'll leave just enough space in there for the gas pump to go. And then what we should get is a layer of hydrogen that sits up top here. And a little bit that we can get in this space right here. And then as long as we can keep a layer of hydrogen up here, then the oxygen won't be able to get in. But I don't know. We'll see how that works. I think we might have an issue with not producing enough hydrogen. That'll be the problem. And then down here, we're going to need hydrogen generation in order to send whatever we pump down from up there. So in our power, we're going to want our hydrogen generator. Oh my gosh, I didn't even leave enough space for this thing. Oh, whatever, we'll put it here. It'll help get cooled. Just connect that to the whole power grid. And then we're going to need a pump here, because, man, this is getting complicated. We're going to need a pump over here that's going to have to be connected to the power grid also. In order to take the water from the ground after it's been dumped down here and send it back into our loop. Oh, what a convoluted mess. I really wanted to see how this is going to go, but this is going to be a problem with powering it. So my hope is that I can use the manual generator initially until we get enough hydrogen going that we can pump some hydrogen down into our hydrogen generator. The hydrogen generator is going to consume hydrogen at a rate of 100 grams per second. We might do best using maybe a mini pump. Mini gas pump only moves 50 grams per second, though, so it's not going to keep up. It'll have to be this gas pump. Like that. This is going to be messy. My goodness. Not enough power, not until you have the generator running. I know, that's just the issue. Like, we're going to have to run the manual generator a little bit. I'll have to have some of this stuff turned off until we can get a layer of hydrogen up top, and then I can start to switch things on to produce some hydrogen-generated power. So let's see. The electrolyzers are going to consume how much? Not that. Each electrolyzer is going to take 120 watts, so that's 240 watts. Plus I need a water pump, which is 240. That's 480 watts already. My goodness. And a gas pump. There's another 240. Man. 720 watts already, plus the thermal regulator in the utilities is going to hit us to a total of another 240 watts. It's pushing 1,000 watts, and this hydrogen generator doesn't produce that much. I think it's 800 watts off the hydrogen generator. How can I do this otherwise? I don't know that I even can. Problem. It's a problem. Dad joke time, that's right. I have a feeling Fox focusing on this will kill the colony. You're probably right. Should probably make... Unfortunately, they're doing okay oxygen-wise. They're doing okay food-wise. They're doing well stress-wise. I mean... Oh, this spot over here is all out of oxygen now. Our plants are stifling. Good times. Just amazing. That's fabulous. Wonderful. Spectacular. Dope. Okay, let's... I have an idea. I don't know if this is going to work, but I have an idea. Let's go in here and prioritize digging all this stuff out at a 7. It's going to create a little bit more vacuum, unfortunately, as we dig more of this out. But if they get this dug out, then I could put a storage container in here and have them store all the nasty stuff in this space, which will produce polluted oxygen, which should help a little bit with maintaining the air pressure in here, if I'm lucky. We'll see how that goes. I don't know if it's going to work or not. As a responsible adult, I won't make light of your hunger for my own amusement. Let us go get snacks. Also, how do we tell if the octopus is ticklish with tentacles? Oh, ha! Good dad joke. Reject all. We don't want any more. We don't want any more breathers in here. Not for now. All right, our power up here. 800 watts, and I'm going to consume more than 900. So I'm gonna have to have somebody running on that treadmill all the time. Unless I can drop some power. Unreachable build. Why is it unreachable? What am I missing here? Did this connection not get made? Oh, it's because they haven't built a ladder in the floor and everything. I get it. I get it. I'm a new subscriber. Your vid's lit. Thanks, Caleb. Welcome to the channel. Mealwood's fine in carbon dioxide. My trouble is whether there's a high enough concentration of carbon dioxide. See, it's stifling. The temperature's not bad. There's just not a high enough pressure of it. So if I can get like a layer of polluted oxygen in here, as gross as it is, or even if I clean the polluted oxygen, it should help keep the pressure of the CO2 that the plants are sitting in. Can we pay for fire poles again? I don't know where we would put them in here. There's not really a whole lot of fire pole space. We're getting a little bit of food of this, but I'm really worried about that stifling. Okay. In here, I want organic. Let's put our algae and polluted dirt in here. It's gonna be gross, but hopefully it'll help. Ma'am Stacey's still sleeping on the floor. I know. Who's suffocating? Where? Okay, they're good. It's all good. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Alright, so that's producing a little bit of polluted oxygen. I don't know how much it's gonna produce. Maybe it'll help a little bit. They're all hanging out over here. Uh-oh, they're all hanging out over here where there's no oxygen. That's not good. Let's put this a little lower priority. Run, buddy, run! Keep running! They've got no air, and they're running to create power to try to get out of here. This could turn out really, really bad right now. This could be like colony ending. Come on, guys. They're sitting just below the layer of where there's oxygen there, too. They're not quite reaching it. Are you kidding me? He got on the thing. I hope it didn't use the charge. That's great, Monica. You came over here in the nastiness to sit and... Oh, man. I'm convinced these guys are going to die over here. I don't know. I don't want so many duplicants in that space at once. That's bad. They're all over there now, practically. 3 out of 5 of our duplicants are in that space, and they're suffocating. No, don't... Oh, come on. Really? Alright, just run. Get out of there. Get to the chopper. Let's set this for 5 so they'll stop going in there. Come on. Somebody get enough charge to get on that thing. There you go. Carol-Ann's out. Now it's your turn, Johnny. Get out of there, Johnny. Get out of there. You don't have to run anymore. You don't have to run anymore. Move in here. Whew. There we go. They're free. Man. Good lord. That could have been the end right there. Universal gas pipe flow through the death boxes might help. Yeah, maybe. I don't know how this is going to work out. I think those plants are going to become an issue very quickly. Trying to make use of the lice loaf as much as we can anyway. They're not building anything for me right now. They're just busy running around doing all the maintenance tasks. He would charge to 100%. Well, he'll charge the little machine to 100%, but the battery will charge to like 2%. Won't temperature eventually be a problem for the mealwood? Yeah, it certainly will. So right now, it's warm over here, but it's not crazy hot. But it's like 25 degrees, and I think 29 is the max temperature for mealwood. So yeah, temperature is definitely going to be an issue. Tried to patent a pencil that erases at the end, but the patent office told me they didn't see the point. Ah, bump. Prioritize all this building for me. Let's get some oxygen going so we can stop running with so much algae. I actually really need to kind of cut down on the amount of power consumption that happens in this area. Both of these batteries produce heat. All the machines in here are producing heat. So we either have to cool the space to offset that or reduce the amount of machinery we're actually running in here. And I guess I probably really should set this bed up to higher priority. That's not how the batteries work, Cryptic? What do you mean? It says in here, battery recharge threshold 2%. Oh, wait. Duplicant will operate this generator when the battery charge falls below the selected percentage, so it should work that way. So what happens is they're charging the battery, and the battery is immediately charging the transit tube. So then it gets depleted, and they have to keep running in order to keep feeding power into the battery. They run until full, they start at your oh, really? Duplicates will operate this generator when the battery charge falls below the selected percentage. Oh. And then they'll just run it until it's full? Oh, that stinks. That's no good. Oh, man. Can't win. I mean, the trouble is if I disconnect the batteries, I'm really curious to see whether they'll... Maybe I should try it. This might be a death-causing effect right here, but I'm gonna try it. I'm curious whether... If we deconstruct the wire that goes to the battery, if they'll still run to charge up the gate. All 960 watts of it consumes. These things are crazy. Would it be worth it to place a large battery in all the cubes? Probably. I mean, you would get more than one charge out of it that way. Maybe. I don't know, those gates just consume so much power. Alright, let's see if they'll run on the treadmill. He just broke the wire. Alright, they are still using it. Although very inconsistently. What is going on? It's like they can't decide whether they're going to run on it or not. Somebody got out. That's so weird. Alright, it works. Let's just disconnect the battery on all these things. Well, this one I don't have to worry about, because they actually run down to use that pump. This one here... I'll go here and disconnect this battery. I want to leave for now, because I'm not really using it. So hopefully it'll get to the point where they're just charging up the machine itself instead. Hi, Joshua. Did you hear that Schwarzenegger is making a new movie? It's about classical musicians. He'll be back. Oh, gosh, Nelly. That's painful. He'll be back. Small battery is only one trip as well. The large is a full recharge. Yeah. I just wonder if they'll spend so much time running on the treadmill they'll suffocate. Oh, look. They're working up here. Yeah, go, guys. And gal. Got Monica up there. It's so slow when you've only got like 5 duplicates. I've kind of gotten used to running with like 15 or 16 now. I used to use 6 all the time. Didn't realize how slow everything was happening. I'm a little worried about our food situation. We're getting very, very low concentrations of gases over here. This thing here is not really helping. I just made a mess. Now, we can put an algae terrarium in here, but that's going to cause people to run in here even more often. What does the algae terrarium consume? 333 micrograms per second of carbon dioxide and produces 40 grams per second of oxygen. All right, so that might actually... that might pan out okay. Dun, 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 dun. How's this going? Slowly but surely. So I can't even afford to put a filter in this space because it takes too much power. I wonder if I should cool the gas elsewhere. I don't even know that I can. Oh, I need to figure something out different here. I'm worried about the amount of power I'm going to consume in this cube. So in order for the whole thing to run, even with the hydrogen generator going, I'm going to have duplicants running on this treadmill all the time, which seems less than ideal. You know what? This gate needs to go off. Reject. Oh, let's turn this gate off for a bit. Disable building. I was leaving it on for now because what I was thinking was that if it got to the point of where I actually wanted to have another duplicant, I didn't want to wait 3 cycles for it to charge up again. But I mean, realistically, we're kind of still in a precarious position, so I'm not really inclined to get too many more duplicants at the moment. The carbon, yeah, the CO2 would drop down in a dug space. Oh, yeah, that's right. But if I did this, excuse me, if I dug it out here, then I'd still have it. It's about the air pressure. It'll only drop down if there's something else above it that's of higher pressure. So even if we dug here to let the CO2 drop down lower, all it would do is diffuse the amount of gas concentration we have. So like we have like 229 grams per tile here basically, and we would just spread that out. So we'd end up with like 100 grams per tile, for example. So it wouldn't really help. It really wouldn't help out necessarily. What we need to do is increase the gas pressure in here because the plants are all stifling. Oh, they're going to have to deliver water to this thing, too. That stinks. Have a good night, Durgan. Thanks for coming out. Sleep fitfully as usual. Oh, that's awful. How's this going? Things are getting started here, but it's going to take them a while. Too few duplicants. Not enough. Need to get them to pack like a box lunch or something so they hang out in that little cube a little longer. Sleep like a wee dragon. A wee Durgan. Let's go sleep like a wee Durgan. I really feel like somebody's going to suffocate out here at some point. Hopefully not. Food shortage. Dun 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 again. I put this thing up to make lice loaf, but because they can't get back when they run over here, they just sit and eat on the ground. Crazy duplicants. At least they have good oxygen. Take small victories where I can get them. Why are they keeping all the meal lice over there? I think it's because they're running over there, and when they get over there, there's no charge on the machine, so they can't come back right away. So they sit and eat because they're hungry, and then they charge it up to come back. I suspect that's what's happening anyway. Okay, that's a problem. How about we go red alert? Wait, Vamp got up on their own. I didn't even have to go red alert. Yeah. What? You were in the tube. You could have gone over where the oxygen is. Come on. You just wasted a charge. You're killing me. You're killing me. Or killing you. Something like that. Just get on this thing and get out of the room. They have a full charge. I need to actually tell them to go, I think. There we go. Good lord. All right. Phew. It's that red alert. It overrides their survival instinct, so they would have just kept running to charge that thing up because that was their job. Crazy duplicants. I'm surprised nobody's died in this colony yet. Until I get some better air pressure over here, this is going to be a real danger zone. I wish I could set it up so only one duplicant at a time could go over there. Restrict the entrance to the area with one person and put an algae deoxidizer there for a while. Well, you can't really restrict this entrance though. That's the trouble. You can't tell them they're not allowed to go here. Sort of like turning it off anyway. And it's waiting on water too. Thanks, A-Bomb. Hey, Cryptic, I found your channel 4 days ago, and I'm working my way through the Oni backlog. Great content. Thanks, Gabriel. I appreciate that. Glad you've been enjoying them. It's been a lot of fun to make them. I'm so glad I started playing this game. It's just been so much fun. I have so much to build over here. Who's paying you? What? Wouldn't be good for stress, but skim of polluted water on the ground to increase the surface area of released polluted oxygen for a while. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It would take so long to set that up, I think. Come on, zombie guy. Oh, come on. Just get on the treadmill and run. There we go. Jeez, this whole farm thing is a death trap. They need to deliver. I need them to deliver water to this thing. Set this high priority for a minute. At least if it's running, it'll generate a little bit of oxygen. They can go stand in that air. They won't die. Knock out one plant, put a deodorizer or deoxidizer there. I mean, I don't even. Yeah, I mean, I could, but now that this thing's running, it'll actually start doing something. They finally delivered the water. So that'll produce air. They can run over there and gasp it up. There we go. We got a little bit of oxygen going. That's okay. And decrease the priority on that now. Hopefully that'll produce enough oxygen in this little space that we can compress some of the CO2, which will help the air, will help the gas pressure for the plants, and will also give the duplicants a little bit of something they can breathe. Can you switch the water pump for a little one and put only air pump with a filter? Will do better for the energy. Not sure I understand what you mean. You're talking about up here? Well, the mini air filters are, let's see, that could consume 60 watts of power. I could actually do 2 of these. That would be 120 watts. That could be 120 watts of power consumption. Versus the 240 that I'd be drawing for this. That's actually probably not a bad idea. And this one here, I could use a mini water pump too. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so I can actually save a whole bunch of power there. Let's go with the mini stuff instead. So the mini liquid pump will also only consume 60 watts. I have no idea what direction it has to sit in, but I'm assuming vertically. Like that. Where's our power connector on this thing? Oh, look at that. I don't even need this up here. Power wires, we'll kill off that one. We'll connect our little liquid pipe in here. This might actually give us enough that we'll be net neutral on our power consumption, which is actually really what I want. I don't really care whether we have excess power. That can go there. We need our little liquid vent to drip water on this thing to cool it. Let's cancel buildings here. I actually, now that I think about it, I want the water to actually sit for a moment where it drips, so we'll go like that. That's probably a better idea. And then this one I can think about leaving it at the large side pump so we can move more oxygen. It'll take a lot to set up a skim of polluted oxygen and just one of those bottle emptiers. I need a wash basin worth. Oh, you mean so like create like that surface vacuum so that it compresses the gas one tile higher? So the bottom tile basically is cleared, and then there's... It's not trying to put gas in it, and all the gas sits one tile higher. We get a slight compression out of it. Yeah, I mean, that might work, but we're already starting to get some good gas conversion here, I think. The oxygen layer up here is getting stronger, and the CO2 is getting weaker, so we might actually balance it out just with having the algae terrarium in there. We'll see. Every time they run in there, they're breathing carbon dioxide, which is going to get eaten up by the plant and produce more oxygen, so that might balance it out. Well, I'm kind of curious to see what will happen there. Why is there stuff growing on the outside of the top left cube? It's not supposed to be there on the outside of the cube. Just to tempt you? Top left cube. Oh, yeah, these just fell there. So when they were actually making the world, they were using the creator edit thing. They probably just highlighted an area and destroyed it, and it dropped the seeds down. That is kind of tempting, though. Like, look at that. There's little mushroom seeds up here and everything. There's reed fibers, so we can actually... Or thimbleweed seeds, so we can make reed fiber. All right, up top here for ventilation, we're going to need 2 mini gas pumps. Feeding into a single gas pipe. And we're going to send that pipe down. Into here. I may have to put a sensor up here, too. So we can turn these things on by sensor, but we'll see how it goes. Does he have Overwatch? No, I don't play Overwatch. Made a lot of tests with hydrofans. Most interesting results. Do they still have the hydrofan even? Oh, they do have the hydrofan. You know, it's really funny. I'm probably a little mental, but I completely forgot they even had these things in the game. That's ridiculous. I honestly completely forgot about those things. I think I haven't built a hydrofan in a colony in probably 6 months. That's crazy. The only trouble is it requires a duplicant to use it, but we'll see what happens. They might be able to cool out the central area a bit. I should actually try to have one out here, but we don't have enough. Oh, look, the gas pressure's better here now. Everything's growing a little nicer. Yeah, so we've built up more oxygen above, which has compressed our CO2, which is helping our plants grow, and our duplicants can breathe over there now, so that's good. That one little algae terrarium made a lot of difference. Starvation. I'm out of food. Oh, I'm out of food. All right. Kill this off. Make mush bars. Set priority 7. Somebody go cook. We need food before everybody dies. I was paying attention to my oxygen room. All right, good. There we go. Somebody's cooking at least. They're gonna have to cook fast. Most useless item of the game suddenly became really useful. Problem is, you can't control it. Well, I'm curious to see what happens with it. So it used to be really bad. Like when you use it, it would turn everything to like sub-zero temperatures like super fast. I don't know if that's still the case or not. I mean, we'll see. I guess we'll find out quick. Should make a carbon dioxide box for your food so they don't expire. Well, I don't really have to worry about that. It doesn't last long enough to expire. As it stands right now, the meal ice, when it falls off the plant, sits in a layer of CO2 over here, so it kind of stays preserved over there. Come on, guys, go eat. They've all had a little bit except for Zombie Guy. He's going to chew on one of the other duplicants. Man, nope, one stream wasn't enough today. I had already planned to do Oxygen Not Included tonight, and then when I found out that the map for Fortnite was going to be released today, too, I wanted to play that also, because I'm apparently a glutton for punishment, so that's what I did. With the hydrofan, the more hot the room is, the more water you'll consume. But it doesn't consume water anymore, I don't think. I think they changed it. The only effect of it is it does minus 80 heat. It doesn't use water. A duplicant has to work it, but there's no water consumption. I've just never, you know, I like I said, I haven't used these in like 6 months, so I'm curious what'll happen. It's getting pretty warm in this main area, though. Like, heat death is a real concern. If I can't cool this space down, it's going to be good night Irene for our duplicants, but at some point, it'll get to the point where it just gets too warm. Because the temperature will keep climbing up. The neutronium sort of traps the heat in. We'll see what happens. That hydro fan might actually be useful. I want somebody to use it just so I can see how much cooling it does in the immediate area. You know what, let's set it at a 9. I want somebody to use this thing. Oh, it does use water. Oh, come on. It doesn't say it consumes water. It doesn't say anything about consuming water in here. How much water does it consume? It takes 100 kilograms. That stinks. Thought I was going to get a free cooling system. It's not so free. Oh, look at the water go down. I mean, it seems to be cooling a little bit of air around it. Temperature's not changing a ton. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I have a feeling this like tucked in a corner like this, it may not prove too useful. It doesn't seem to be doing a lot. I mean, we're getting a little momentary little chill there, and then it's going away. Now, on the plus side, water's not really a big problem because we have a geyser down here, so we have an unlimited water supply, but... Ooh, the water level is going down, though. I may have to lower that pump. It's not really accomplishing a lot. I'll leave it there. Send it as like a priority 6. We'll see what they do with it. Place a hydro fan in a 4x4, 8x8 area for max effect. Yeah, I could see that, but I don't really have that kind of space. I guess the closest would be up here, but instead of being against a wall, let's just destroy this thing. We'll try building it up top, see what we can do with it up there. Utilities, hydro fan, we'll stick one right here. Want them to finish my oxygen room. Do you remember you? I don't know. Hey, brother, do you remember me? To see Uprising, I do remember you. Welcome to the stream. Hydro fans takes 2x2 tiles of gas and expels it at the 5th animation. Oh, really? Oh, that's why we were just getting those little puffs of cooling. I get it. It used to do this crazy cooling when they first added it to the game. You could like turn your whole base into a deep freeze off of one of those things. Wow, I've only watched another Lion play this game. It just dawned on me that he had no idea what he was doing. Oh. I think Jordan not bad. Oddly enough, I've heard that before, but whatever. As long as he has fun with it, who cares? It's all good. Okay. So much waiting. So much waiting. By the way, just giving out results I did past few days. Hydro fans have a minimum operating temp at 15 degrees Celsius. So they'll stop using it at 15 degrees Celsius, you mean? I guess that's not bad. Why aren't people in bed? Where are they? Where are they sleeping? There are 3 empty beds. Oh, they were hanging out over here. I guess they didn't have enough power to get back home. They just decided to lay there on the ground instead. You have a lot of water. Your cervix been said, but a hydro fan in the middle? Yeah, I mean, I guess theoretically, if I destroy this battery and move it somewhere else, I could maybe do that. I mean, I have one hydro fan here, but we have a basically unlimited supply of water because there's a geyser in here. But I think the water level will go down until the geyser is uncovered before it will start to spew more water out. They'll stop using it 50 degrees Celsius, minimum temperature. Oh, that's handy. That's not so bad, then. cooler here, we'll just nap in the algae. Yeah, it probably is, actually. It's probably not much cooler, though. Temperatures over here are like 27 versus in the base, it's around 30. And then over where the plants are, this is actually the most moderate area. It's like 25. Which is good, because this is really where we need that temperature to stay solid. I wonder if the oxygen released by the algae is automatically at a fixed temperature. And so it's helping to keep the temperature in here at a reasonable amount. Because I thought it was warmer in here before. Well, no, even this is like 27. 25, 26, 27. I don't know. You got me. What's the water temperature in the main base? In here, this water temperature is 27, so it's not bad. And then all down here, it's also around 27. When we get to the point where it's uncovered, and then it's going to be hot water coming out. That'll be a bigger heat issue. The optimum hydro fan on a mesh tile, a metal tile under it, with running cold water dripping on that mesh tile. Oh, you mean so that it cools the tile in the water and allows the water to take that temperature drop somewhere else? I mean, we have really limited space in here. I probably won't do anything that complex. We'll have water running everywhere. That'll raise the stress level. But I could see how that would be handy, I guess. I want them to build my oxygen room. Go do my stuff. Yes, I'll become a regular. I'll get my son to participate. He just started getting interested in Oni. Oh, cool. He's a Don't Starve fan. Both really good games. Clay makes some really good stuff. I'm actually looking forward to this game they have coming up, too, called Hot Lava. I've only seen a tiny little bit about it, but it seems interesting. Waiting material, water, 100 kilograms. Back to sleep again. Man, getting stuff done in this colony is, like, excruciating. I should set somebody up on just build only. Monica's got build of 7, but she's also good at art. Vamp Stacey's got a build 7. Alright, Vamp Stacey, you're going to go in build only mode for a little bit. And probably power generation, too, would be a good thing, so that you don't get yourself stuck somewhere. Sweep, harvest, build, deliver. Don't worry about digging. And where's power? Am I blind? There it is, power. Now, hopefully, Stacey will get around actually running around and making things instead. Well, nope, they're just running on the treadmill. Darn it. All right, maybe he'll build stuff now. Yeah, look at him go to work. And off they go. All right, I'm gonna leave him on build mode. Let them just run around, do all the building, because I can't get anyone consistently to do it. So maybe if they have it as their focus job, they'll just tackle that, and then the rest of the duplicants can handle all the core necessity activities in the base. What did the one ocean say to the other? I don't know. Nothing, they just waved. Oh, bump. Hashtag dad jokes. We used to get a lot of those on the stream. There was like a whole collection of them going. Damn, Stacey. No, I don't want you generating power in here. I want you going to build. You're make things, that's right. And right now you're just running on the treadmill. Hopefully to get enough power so you can... No, someone else is going to use it, so you're going to stay on the treadmill. Come on. Somebody build something. Okay, they're delivering over here at least. Stuff's getting built. It's happening. It's just happening a lot slower than I would like it to. I just realized the sound effect that comes out of that micro musher is just really nasty. It's like, it really sounds like they're making mud cakes the way that they are. What am I playing on right now? I'm playing on a PC. What about DuckDuckGo? Bring back dad jokes, perhaps? Hey, it's up to you guys. I'm not the one who spewed out all the dad jokes. You guys just had an interesting collection of them all. I just went along with it because I find dad jokes funny in a twisted sense. Man, there's a lot of polluted oxygen in here. It'd be nice to convert some of that. CrypticFox Twitter, I thought he used smoke signals. I do that too, actually, yeah. The trouble is, not too many people know how to read smoke signals anymore, so I thought I should try to get somewhere closer to modern times. Because the P is silent. Dun dun dun. Yeah, these dad jokes are bad, and you're allowed to say that, but that's the whole point of a dad joke, because it's supposed to be, like, just really lame. The more lame it is, probably the better it is as a dad joke. It's a lost art. You need to practice your dad joke skills for your kids' sake. That's right. You're not wrong about that. They appreciate a good dad joke. But being 5 and 9, it pretty much like is right up their alley. Oh, so slow. Okay, they finally did this now. So this filter's working to convert this polluted oxygen into clean oxygen, which is good. I think I'll just leave that running there with all this slime sitting on the ground. I can get rid of this. Just leave the slime sitting on the ground. It'll produce polluted oxygen. Our deodorizer will clean it. Should help keep the oxygen level in this area okay. I don't know how much. I wonder how much slime you need sitting on the ground to produce enough polluted oxygen to keep this place oxygenated. It's an interesting experiment, I wonder. Probably want to switch back to lice. Do we have enough? Yeah, there's a bunch there. Just means I'll have to go collect it, though. Where's Vamp Say? No, eating. I see. They still have that little bug with the little red thing on their chin when they're doing stuff, like eating. Probably turn off the micro musher now? I don't know. I mean, that's a little bit iffy. I don't know that I want to do that. I'm gonna put one more food planter out here, I think. Thought Canadians use that new app that's like Twitter honks with the Canadian goose icon. Oh gosh. I'm gonna go with no. Am I gonna get the Gold Rush DLC? Yeah, I definitely am. I was trying to get another Gold Rush video out before that DLC came out. Apparently I failed. Because it's live today. It's killing me. I'm really curious to see how that whole Frankenstein thing works in that game, because normally, like in the show, the Frankenstein was down in the cut, and they were using to elevate the dirt up to where the wash plant was. But in this game, it's really hard to dig down into the cut, so I'm not sure how it's gonna work. That's not a bug, it's ketchup. Oh, I get it, yeah. Everything goes better with ketchup, and when you're eating meal lice, you gotta have something to cover up the gooey taste, I guess. I suppose I could see that. This is taking forever. 1,440 watts on that line. Really? That can't be 1,400. Oh, it's because of this. The transit tube access is going to cause a problem. We're going to get power overloading on this line because this transit tube is ridiculous. It's like 900 and some odd watts for that thing. Those mush bars drive crazy diarrhea. Yeah, that's all right, though. That's okay. Monaco will keep the toilets clean. Everyone else can fill them up. She can clean them out. Remember that I saw one of the in-game shots of the Frankenstein from the developers, and it looked like they had like 4 of them all strung together to get to the wash plant. Oh, that's ridiculous. Those are crazy expensive too. I don't know. I really want to get the DLC because I actually kind of enjoy that game, but I like some of the stuff really is kind of poorly implemented. So at the same time, I'm also reluctant to pay for something that's so poorly implemented. But I know myself. I'm going to wind up getting it. What's the difference between a well-dressed man on a unicycle and a badly dressed man on a bicycle? A tire. So good. But you can do this. It's only one thing about streams. You can't scroll. You can't scroll the map. Yeah, there is that. Oh, this is going so slowly. One tip for the challenge is don't forget the diamond for the thermal plates. They're very useful in later game. Yeah, I guess I could see that. And the diamond is hiding in the oil area, right? Yeah, that's all diamond in there. I haven't even gotten into this biome yet. Biome, cube, whatever you want to call it. It's crazy. It's crazy. I see dead people. Oh man, I'm uncomfortable. It's really taking a long time to build all this, but at least they're finally making some progress. If I could get this running and keep it going on a relatively regular circuit, that would be really handy. It's going to consume a lot of water, though. I suggest you get the new jigs first in the trommel. Yeah, I mean, I want the Frankenstein because it's just cool looking, but I actually don't think it's going to be terribly... I don't think it's going to be terribly pragmatic. There's not really like a really clear use case for that thing. Unless you could position it in a way where you could just sit with the excavator and just dump dirt on it directly as you're digging it out. I mean, because then it goes straight to the wash plant. That'd be pretty handy, but otherwise, I don't know. The Frankenstein looks cool, but I think it's going to turn out to be super impractical. Any particular hierarchy for which is king? You mean like king of the colony kind of thing? I don't know. They will just have to duke it out, I guess. I think they... How many of them have combat skills? Well, it's a fair bet that Vamp Say is not going to be the king because they can't do it with combat. So that would leave a duke out between Zombie Guy and Carol Ann, who both have the same combat skill. We'll sell tickets. I feel like UFC duplicant colony style. You mean the exit spots of the tube? Oh, I see. Yeah, I have no idea how it decides the priority. I wonder if it's based on their oxygen level. Those most in need go first kind of thing. I suspect not, though. Not based on how they grab food, that's probably not the case, but... You did it on Palmersite from the bottom of the hill into the D-Rocker. How did that work out for you? Like, did you actually dig out a big enough space that you were right down to bedrock to create a deep enough channel to make that worthwhile? What's my other YouTube channel? It's Kath's Kingdom is my other one. I haven't put anything up there in a long time, though. And it just got demonetized because it's under 1,000 subscribers. I think it's like, I don't know, 800 or something. Do bum fights. It's getting warmer in here. We're up to 32 degrees in this core area. Even with this hydro fan, we're not really getting any effect out of it. This seems to be working okay down here. How's our germ scenario, though? It's a little germy, but not bad. Just a little bit. There's a lot more germs in here now than there were earlier. Hopefully nobody gets slime lung. That would just be like the nail in the coffin. Oh man, we got gas pressure problems again. Because they're not delivering water to this thing. Come on. I almost need another duplicate just to get all the activities done. There we go. Get that water going again. Each scoop of the big excavator did 4 to 5% of the capacity on the Frank, but that dirt was at 0.2 ounce per yard. Oh, okay. Ew, that's gross. It's not even worth digging. Spend more money on the fuel. Life will find a way even for germs. Isn't that the truth? Got a spot to put a water tank in the middle cube right over the exit. Right over the tube exit on bottom. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. I mean, I have a water tank here already. I don't understand what you mean. Each cube's holes exchange heat with the outside? Oh, really? I mean, I don't know. The outside is relatively cool. It's all moderate out here. It's inside the cubes that's the problem. Duplicate slime lung, then you got yourself a morb farm. I suppose there's that. Just send them off to one of the cubes to die. Let's send them off to this one. I think great polluted oxygen that we can pump out and clean or something. We're getting close over here. Things are almost built. Almost. Quasi. Semi-built. You're a recliner and you go way back. Oh, gosh, the puns. Need Ari Luco in here. He loves puns. We need to be able to centrally power the tubes. What you need is to be able to centrally power the tubes. Yeah, but you can't. There's no wires behind them, right? So if you look at the power overlay, you can see the wires that we have inside the different colony cubes, but there's none that extend in between cubes. So you can't really create a power generator in one space and send all the power everywhere because there's no wires. Better not playing CMS over that Gold Rush game anyway, CrypticFox. that's your opinion, Quirts. Everybody likes something. It's kind of a mix of people that... So, funny enough, actually, my most watched video on the channel is Car Mechanic Simulator. Ooh, man, we got a lot of carbon dioxide down here. This stuff's dying. They haven't been feeding water into my algae terrariums because they're so busy doing other things. We got a CO2 buildup. Now, fortunately, there's a lot of air pressure in here. But if this air pressure ever drops, this CO2 is going to expand like crazy. It's at 1,400 grams. Not good. Gotta roll a power cable, tie one around a dupe, and toss them into the tube. That's a good idea. Like, run it through, man. I wish you could do that. That'd be funny. Easy mode for this would be breaking into the boxes and layer wires and rebuilding the tubes. Yeah, it would. I just don't want to do that. I want to kind of work within the confines of what they put laid out as the challenge. Even if it means that our colony suffers for it. They're going to die at some point. It's just a question of how long we can go before that happens. The new Trommel and D-Rocker is worth the first upgrade. Also get a... you haven't seen it on my videos yet because I'm in the middle of recording it and I haven't finished it out. But I actually did buy the D-Rocker for... my tier 3 plant. So when they did an update the other day, they gave us the option to get back money from our season 1 because people were unhappy about losing all their money from season 1 stuff. So I got a whole pile of gold out of that, like 1,200 ounces or something, which I sold and I bought a tier 3 plant. So I have a tier 3 wash plant all set up at the new claim at the Nighthawk. I just haven't taken my first load of pay out of it yet. Is there a way of using or destroying heat to your advantage? Yes and no. You'd have to destroy gases with it also. So theoretically I could. Because vacuums don't have a temperature. So if I had taken the bottom of this area and made a CO2 smasher, for example, they would, every time it smashed the carbon dioxide, it would create a vacuum, which would dissipate some of the heat in the space. But kind of a lot of crazy work to do there, but yeah, I think they rushed this release too, Quartz. It was kind of a long time in development, and some people were trying it in the beta, and it looked a lot of fun, but it is pretty buggy. I still enjoy it. I mean, for a $20 game, I definitely get my value out of it, but I think the hardest part with it is it should just be a little tedious sometimes, like spending an hour digging up dirt to try. Oh man, we're all out of oxygen up here. Spending an hour digging up dirt so you can try to fill up the wash plant to get some gold out of it. So that tends to be really repetitive. It's just dig, dump, dig, dump, dig, dump. But where do I live? I live in Southern Ontario in Canada. Little Febreze to spritz needs going to be assigned a gas mask. Yeah. Save effort on gas masks. We'll just run around with the Febreze everywhere. Oh, we're almost finished. Now I can build a little wall here. If they just build this stuff down here, we'll be ready to run. Should have named this colony the Vineyard, or Viticulture, based on the quote, "The vine must suffer to make the best wine." Oh, yeah. I'm going to turn this pump off for now. Disable building. Shiny mask for all the dupies. Playing with the trucks is fun. I got the dump truck and I enjoy playing with that, but... Oh, we're almost finished. We're almost done. Oh, Caroline, come back. Oh, right. CO2 down there. Just wait. We're going to get super close to having this all finished, and then in the end, it's not going to work because no one will generate the power because there's too much CO2. That would be my luck. And actually, when I pumped... Oh, no. When I pumped the gas out of here, initially, we're just going to have all CO2. Unless I let the air pressure build up in here enough to compress the CO2 at a thin layer at the bottom. Ugh. It's going to be ugly. Ooh, Ontario was pretty. Wife and I visited Toronto a year and changed back. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'm maybe about an hour away from Toronto. Something like that. Once your Frank is placed, you can turn it off. The conveyor has its own generator or motor you can start from inside the Frank. Oh, that's cool. Might not be able to get on the hydrogen pipe. I don't know. Yeah, they could reach it. No, they're good. It was close, but they could reach it. Come on, guys. You're almost done. You got this. Might want a bigger battery to capture power from the generator. Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of surplus, but that's probably not a bad idea. Let's do a little tile over here. Ooh, this thing's going to take damage because I'm sending the wrong element to it. This needs to stop for now. Oh, can they even turn that off? They can for now. So let's turn this off. Deconstruct, disable auto repair, disable disinfect. I can't turn these buildings off. There's no option to turn the... Are you kidding me? And there's no switch anymore. I might have to do a little automation up here. Which I can't because I don't have refined metals. Bow! Darn it. That was so close. Alright, let's get the power overlay. We'll go into deconstruct. We'll get rid of one power wire here. There we go. Let's save it for now. Alright, boys and girls, Cryptic. Should get a little bit of sleep before dealing with Num-Nums tomorrow at work. Have a night, Gray. Random question. Any reason you strayed away from Twitch and mainly on YouTube now? Okay, so I built my whole audience on YouTube, and I started to stream, like dual stream to Twitch because some people have been asking for it. And what I had originally thought was that I could build up to the point where I could get affiliate with Twitch, and then I would have a net benefit out of it. Instead, when I got to the point where I was eligible to be an affiliate, I found out that they had an exclusivity agreement that said that I could only stream on Twitch going forward, but most of my audience is on YouTube, so I never signed it. So consequently, I was streaming to Twitch, and some people that were watching on YouTube were opting to go watch on Twitch instead, which was actually a net negative benefit for me because we'd only generally get between 5 and 20 people watching the stream on Twitch when I would have like 300 people on YouTube. So it just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me to keep sending traffic away from the YouTube channel when having people watch the channel here helps build exposure and grow the channel. So I just decided not to do it anymore. It just didn't seem to make a lot of sense to me. You can disable it. Well, I tried to disable it. When I went up... Oh, there we go. Now I can disable it. Weird. I must have... You know what? I probably had a tile clicked because I'm super smart that way. Prioritize this at a 7, I guess. Fix that. We fix our battery over here. Now I need to make sure we have water connection there, which I don't. So I need to get... I need to prioritize all of this here so we can finish out that vent. Oops. Finish out the water, and then... yeah. Ooh, this is going to be tough. I'm going to need somebody to go down here and pump a lot of water. Check it again. I clicked the wire. Yeah, I sure did. By the way, this challenge, screen doors are good. Low copper heat exchange. Yeah, I have a few well, a couple screen doors anyway. I haven't made extensive use of them. Space is kind of kind of an opportunity here too. Man, there's no oxygen down here either. Oh boy. I guess if I get oxygen flow up here, I can take it and split it down here as well if I need to. Because I'm gonna need people to pump the water for me. If they don't do that, there's not gonna be a whole lot of oxygen generation. And then ventilation again. So down here, we'll take this gas pipe out and give them a little oxygen flow right there. Oh man, hope this works. It's taking a lot to get the water up there. Actually, everything up there. Wow, never do natural selection. Used to be a Half-Life mod. Oh, only do a natural snoof. CrypticFox, Oni dad joke. Oxygen has been confirmed to be toxic. Everyone who breathes it dies. Fair enough. That's like science. That's like a Men's Health article. Turns out eating lima beans makes you healthy because of a study done of 1,000 people who eat lima beans, their health was better. But it turns out the only people who eat lima beans are people who keep a naturally healthy lifestyle anyway. Might need more batteries in the water cube. Yeah, I only have one here so far. Power. Battery. See what we can do there. Natural Section 2 surprisingly still has a lot of people who play with it. I've never tried that game. What am I doing at Car Mechanic Simulator 2018? Next time? I'm not sure. I'll probably do another mod. I don't know. We do have a lot of cars in the garage, but so I could work on those, but I don't know. I suspect I'm going to wind up doing another mod. I remember when you could sell your stream ID number to people if you had a low number. Are you talking about on Twitch? Build outside the box and put a thermal regulator. It isn't cheating because usually you have a lot more room for heat to move. Well, it is cheating though because the whole point of the challenge is to try to deal with the space that you have. Yes, you do normally have a lot more room, but you also have a lot more room to expand and do a ton of other things. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep it the way it is. I mean, if the colony dies, it's going to die. I'd rather do it the right way than try to break out of the cubes and just to kind of fudge the result. Pretty good air pressure over there, finally. I want this to run before we're done the stream. Come on, it's almost midnight, and I don't have any water yet in my electrolyzers. Somebody come run on this treadmill. Oh wait, we got all the gas pipes in up here. All right, the gas pipes are all done. What about the water pipes? The water pipes are finished. We just need no, they're not done. Oh, they didn't finish out here yet. No, you know what? Let's make these an 8. Just get this done. Man, it's taking them forever to do this. Would you ever do Don't Starve Together live stream with viewers? I actually have done that, yeah, a few times. Well, I mean, so usually when I've done it with viewers, some of it's been subscribers that I talked to a bunch in Discord who really like Don't Starve Together. And knew a lot more about the game, so I brought them in to kind of help out because I'm sort of incompetent with that game. Everything's surviving so far. Yeah, nobody's died yet, Arlico, oddly enough. We're not. I mean, we're not doing exceptionally well, but we're at a balance point now where nobody's dying and things aren't going like careening downhill just yet. Things are getting a little warm in the colony though. A little bit warm in this little inner space. This side over here is good, which is great because we need it to be a good temperature to keep our food production up. Everywhere else is a little on the warm side. A little spicy. Hey, Crypt, can you do a water guy? The water is confusing to me. I'm not sure I understand how you mean. In what way? It has very weird physics, I'll give you that. But I'd kind of need to know what you mean. It's just this one little section of pipe to finish, and then we can be done. It seemed almost like a gas pipe in the swamp cube above the tube entrance. Am I? Oh, gosh. Yep. Missing a bunch of gas pipe there. Prioritize. Oh, wait. No, priority 8. That's what I want. Priority 8. Get it all done. There we go. Water pipes, gas pipes. They're getting close to being finished, at least. Hey, you ever heard of Doki Doki Literature Club? I have heard of it, yeah. How do you determine that you've succeeded or completed the challenge? Is it a survival to a specific cycle? No, not really. I mean, when they did it on the Clay stream, Jarrett challenged Jambell to survive to like cycle 20 or something. But their stream's only like an hour long, so it was pretty limited. I'm just kind of curious to see how long we can survive. Not really about like a specific cycle number, I don't think. It's just interesting to try to work within a different set of constraints and try to make your colony work. Not sure whether all that liquid pipe can be made. Need one ladder, I think, at the T-junction? Oh, yeah, you might. That might be just out of their reach. There you go. Good catch. Care for the priority 8. You just put it on the hamster wheel, and they will charge it. Did I? Ooh, I did. There's a water pipe that still needs to be built. Yeah, right here. I need a little ladder here so they can stand on it and reach it. I think they can get that diagonally 2 cubes away. I'm not positive, though. Maybe not. I should probably make one more ladder, because, you know, we can never have enough ladders in my colony. Insufficient oxygen generation. How do I transfer water to different places? Are pipes only allowed to be placed into tiles and ladders? Too much. No, they don't have to be inside pipes or in tiles and ladders. You can place them anywhere. I generally put them in like flooring and behind ladders and stuff just because it makes it more tidy looking, but you can put them anywhere you want to. There's not a necessity to have them in a specific spot. When you're moving water, it's important to make sure you have something at the receiving end of the pipe. So if you're using a water pump, for example, like down here, I have this water pump set up. If you have a water pump set up like this, and you're sending water through the pipe, you need something at the other end to receive it. Whether it's a water spout like this that can dump water out, or machines that will accept it at the other end. What's going on here? Oh, I see. It's producing so little power that it's not even... It's sucking all the power up to use the transit tube and not getting enough to actually run the liquid pump to any reasonable amount. That's a problem. Hold on a second. These little pumps that consume less power. Mini liquid pump moves 1,000 grams per second. How much do these consume? 1,000 grams per second each. So yeah, I need the bigger pump. I have to have the big pump. If I have the little pumps in there, then it's, by the time I split the water to put it in the reservoir in the base area, it's just not going to work. But I could cut my power needs in half if I could just use two of the little ones. It's kind of a bummer. What am I doing? Fortnite? Well, I played it for 7 hours earlier today, and I'll probably stream it tomorrow night if I'm just have to wait and see whether I'm going to be around tomorrow night to be able to do it. Add another wheel? Yeah, I mean, I could do that, but the trouble is with 5 duplicates, if 2 of them are running on the wheel, that only leaves 3 to keep the base operational. That's really getting sketchy. Oh, look, we have water down here. And nothing moving. Do we have any... Do we make any hydrogen at all in here yet? No, it's all oxygen. Haven't done anything yet. Disable this thing for the moment. Isn't the red dot to show light wounds on dupes? I don't think so. They're all at 100% immune, 100 to 100 health. No, it's fine. It's just a little bug, that little red dot. One electrolyzer makes O2 for 8 dupes-ish. Yeah, but I need the hydrogen out of it, too. How much hydrogen does it produce? Let's see. Hydrogen, it makes 112 grams per second. This thing consumes... Oh, 100 grams per second. Actually, we could almost get by with just one of these. Huh. I don't know. I'm so perplexed. Indecisive. That's what I am. You're not having enough power generation, that massive O2 production system. I know. It's a big problem. I'm not also sending enough water. So this little section down here where I'm trying to... you see, they're not even running on this thing. I have it at priority 7 and they're not using it. I'm flooding. Where am I flooding? Oh, over here. Yeah, no, that's okay. I intended that to happen because I wanted to cool the machines that were here. And then I'm using this little mini pump to send the water back into the system, assuming we get enough in there. But let's disable one of these for now. Still just not enough, I don't think. See, here's the problem. Like, this thing takes 960 watts of power. Anything connected on the same power line as this transit tube thing is just going to be a mess. Good job on 30K. Who's suffocating? Oh, they're suffocating in the bathroom. That's good. Guys, get out of the bathroom. Go be somewhere else. There's tons of oxygen there. Everybody's suffocating on the toilet. All right, we've run our way through to midnight. I'm going to call it a wrap for tonight. We did get our little oxygen room largely built, although I'm having a little trouble priming the pump. I think we're going to need to build another hamster wheel in here to get this to work, and I don't even have enough space to do that. That's great. We'll build a little hamster wheel down here. We'll add a little power to the system initially. Once we get that running, if we can get a consistent flow of hydrogen going to our generator at the bottom there, then we might be able to produce enough power off of that to keep a closed loop going. But we'll have to take the gate off the loop. I got to remember to do that also. I should probably run the wire, otherwise I'm going to forget. As long as this gate is on the loop, it's just going to be a problem. So I think I'm going to run the wire underneath. We'll run the wire like this way, so that I can clip the wire here and clip the wire over here and leave this on its own closed loop so they can still run the little gate, but the rest of it will run its own separate power supply. Otherwise, we'll constantly run into a scenario where we're overloading the power grid and we're never really getting enough power to run the machines we need because so much of it gets drawn away to run that little tube machine. Because the tube machine's like 960 watts of power. It's ridiculous. Nevertheless, thanks everyone for coming out to the stream. We'll definitely come back and play this again, probably next week. And we'll continue on with our little challenge. We got to cycle 49. Stress is on the high side at 70% now, but so far our duplicates have been holding out okay. A little more work to do to try to get this thing to be a little bit more fully functional. But thanks everyone for hanging out for the night to chat while we play the game and everything. I'm as always CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.